Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the tool for copying and pasting animation frames. You can directly copy and paste animations for the same character. First, there's a language option on the panel. You can switch between Chinese and English. To copy an animation, select the object first. Here, you'll see several corresponding frame numbers. Let's start by trying to copy a pose. There are two options, pose and animation. To copy the pose, select the pose option. Now, you can copy directly. Click the button to copy the pose. It will show the current frame number that the pose is copied from. For example, let's copy from frame 10. I'll copy it, and you'll see frame 10's pose appear. If there are additions or deletions, use the refresh button. The delete option removes the pose. Now, let's copy another frame. Next, we'll try pasting. This function is typically used to ensure consistency in the first and last frames. It's especially useful when looping animations. Usually, you can drag and select to copy a frame directly. However, sometimes when an object exceeds 360 degrees, its rotation might get messed up. In that case, we use the paste first and last frame function. Select a frame, for example, frame 25. Copy the animation from the first frame and click paste. Sometimes it may not paste correctly on the first try. This is because pasting requires proper arrangement of BIP data. Let's check the first and last frames. We need to look at the auto keyframe option. Now, let's paste again. You may need to paste several times. Eventually, the animations will become consistent. There's a pre-option for loop counts. You can set it to loop multiple times. If you don't want to click repeatedly, you can set it to repeat 3 times with 1 click. This makes the action more accurate. That's the function for copying poses. Now, let's discuss the animation function. When we switch, it will automatically switch to the animation group. There's no animation here. Copying animation has 2 methods: frame-by-frame copy and keyframe copy. Keyframer refers to copying keyframes. It will only copy the frames that have corresponding keyframes. Frame-by-frame will copy each frame, for example, frames 1 to 20. Let's start by copying a keyframe. It will automatically recognize the current length, so it will copy frames 1 to 20. You can also customize and select specific frames. For example, if you only want to copy 10 frames, it will only copy those 10 frames. If you want 20 frames, it will copy all 20. For now, let's use automatic to copy frames 1 to 20. We'll copy a keyframe first. After copying, it will show up as Animation 1. The key represents keyframes. This indicates it's a keyframer. The range is from frames 1 to 20. Now, let's copy a frame-by-frame sequence. It's copied successfully, 1K and 1F. Now we can paste. Let's adjust the length a bit. When pasting, it will paste based on the current frame range. For example, if the initial frame is 1, it will start pasting from there. If you don't want to paste at the first frame, there's an offset option. You can adjust this offset. For instance, if you offset to frame 21, it will start pasting from frame 22. Now, let's paste the keyframe. Select the corresponding bones and paste. Now, you can see, it starts from frame 22. These 2 frames correspond to each other, so the animation is pasted into the next section. Sometimes when you need to loop an action, you can select and keep pasting it forward. Let's try deleting it now. When pasting frame by frame, it will depend on whether it's keyframe or frame by frame. Let's paste it again. Alright, the animation has now become frame by frame. If you want to convert a keyframe animation to a frame by frame animation, you can do it this way. You can also remove all of these if needed. Turn off the offset. After pasting, the frame by frame animation becomes keyframe animation. Alright, there's another feature. For example, if you only want a specific section, when pasting, you can set the animation range. If it's set to auto, it will paste all frames from 1 to 20. If you set a specific range, you can extract the animation you want. Make sure the range is within the later frames. For instance, if you set it to 0-11 and try to paste, it will indicate that the frame range is outside of 1-20. That's because frame 0 is less than frame 1. You'll need to change it to 1. It will look for the corresponding frames. For example, it checks from the 1st to the 10th frame. Now let's add an offset. We only need the animation between the 1st and 11th frames. Let's paste it. Now you can see, it only pasted the animation from frames 22 to 32. For keyframes, it works too. Let's delete it and paste again. Now you can see it only pasted the animation of the first 4 frames. This allows you to customize and extract animations. Now for the later features. This involves restoring actions. For example, if you want to change to TCB mode, just click to change to XYZ. The Reset option will restore animations after keyframing. Clicking Reset clears the frames, restoring their positions as well. That's the overview of this feature.